Discretion be advised. Every take you may not agree with. If you don't agree with it, that is great, but just don't leave it in the comment section. If you are going to say something in the comment section, just be aware that you're going to be wrong. And people are going to argue with you. I am people. Welcome back, party people. My name is This Guy, and you are watching the This Guy Sports Show. And today we're going over something important, something very valuable to all of our lives, at least in the sports world. Game 2 of the finals. First and foremost, what I want to say is that was absolutely 100% pure cinema from beginning to end. And every time you think something's just going to go on and happen, the complete opposite happens. I mean, I did not expect the Spurs to go on a 14-0 run to bring it in that close. I mean, look at the box score. I mean, look at the end score. Moving on with information we already know by now, the Knicks are now 2-0 on the Spurs to begin the playoffs. Now, do I think the Knicks are going to win the finals? Yes. But do I think the Spurs could have somewhat of a comeback here? At least in game 3? At this point, I kind of just don't know, because it's in Madison Square Garden, which I feel like, can't be much different than OKC in game 7, but I mean, it is still MSG. So I don't know. I guess only time will tell, but I think the Knicks get game 3, and I don't want to say a sweep because it sounds so dumb out loud, but honestly, I'm not going to rule it out as an option anymore. I mean, the Knicks are just playing at an extremely high and efficient level. I understand game 2 was a little shaky down to the end, but they still played pretty solid throughout. And even when Jalen Brunson isn't really being the offensive juggernaut that he usually is, Karl-Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, and Landry Shamet have stepped up. And honestly, I think we have to give all the praise here to Karl-Anthony Towns. I mean, the way he's been playing in these finals against Wembanyama is pretty damn convincing that he might be one of the best centers in the league if we already did not think that. And I don't think anybody can keep up with Cat's first step. It is insanely quick. Also, when it comes to game 2, I had to give a lot of praise to Mikal Bridges. When I was watching it, it felt like every shot that he was taking was just going in. I don't know why I thought Mikal had more than the amount of points he did, because to me it felt like he had 45 at a point, just seeing everything that he put up in the air just go in. But I don't want to make this a Knicks Glaze episode. I do want to shine some light on the San Antonio Spurs here. Clearly a team that's never going to give up when they're down, which, I mean, you shouldn't do in the finals anyways, but you guys get the point. Competitive all the way through. Yes, there were some mistakes at the end, but it is what it is at this point. But you have to give them all the credit in the world. I mean, bringing this within a point and going on a 14-0 run late at the end of the game to make this competitive and cinematic through the final couple of minutes. I mean, most teams, I feel like, can't do that against the Knicks, especially when a lot of people, and myself included, probably thought the Knicks were just going to go on their typical second half kind of run when they blow a team out by 30 points, which obviously the Spurs just did not allow them to do that. But enough of the game recap. I will go ahead and get into my main takeaways of this game, so that way we can get you guys on your way. First thing is first. The Spurs defensive scheme seems to be giving the Knicks a lot of problems. I am well aware that they did win the game, but they're holding the ball way too much at the top. I mean, there was a couple of backcourts and a lot of shot clock violations in this game on their half. For some reason, it does not look like they were able to get past the Spurs press. I don't know if that's a height difference when they close in on Jalen Brunson, but it is genuinely hard to watch. De'Aaron Fox did look like himself again. I actually was enjoying Fox scoring almost on every possession he had the ball. Also, for me, I was a pretty big fan of him getting in Brunson's face. I'm a fan of someone adding fuel to the fire whenever they feel it's necessary and not overdoing it. I thought it was a pivotal moment, but I'll be honest, I'm not sure if it helped or hurt them. Moving on, Stephon Castle continues to impress me. I understand he's only in his second year, but he looks great. With that being said, that injury does scare me. I've twisted my ankle in sports before, and it is not something that just goes away immediately. They do have a great staff over there in the NBA, and I'm assuming in San Antonio, to keep their stars healthy, but that is something to keep an eye on for me personally. Next thing, I want to talk about Wemby's free throw misses. I mean, this could have been much less than it actually looked, considering he only missed 3 free throws when I went back and checked the score. But if we're using casual math, had he just made 1 or 2 more, it could have been a tie, or it could have won them the game. Obviously, that's not how it works, but to put it into a different perspective, Mitchell Robinson only missed 3 free throws this game, and he shoots roughly 30% this year in the playoffs and right under 41% this season. But I digress, and we can move to the last point. The final 10 seconds of the game. For those who didn't get to watch it, the sequence pretty much goes: Brunson misses a free throw, clear miscommunication between Wemby and Castle, which leads to Brunson getting a steal. They have to foul Brunson, and he makes the free throw, which puts them up 1, and the Spurs have a chance. Mitchell Robinson looks like prime Kawhi Leonard. Wemby's shot gets contested, and the clock goes out. The Knicks survive. I didn't get to watch game 1 as I mentioned before, but this is truly what I thought this series would look like. Two teams that I thought are much closer in skill than other people may have thought going head to head. But some other quick takeaways before we wrap this whole video up. Dylan Harper, love his game, love his intensity, feels like he takes advantage of every time he gets a bucket, and his competitiveness shows every time he gets a bucket as well. Landry Shamet's impact on defense and offense seems to be very crucial despite what the box score may say. Deuce McBride hits very tough shots. Wemby had a phenomenal second half, which I feel like led to them being so close. I don't think anybody in the paint with OG really stops him from getting to the rim. And also, the Spurs had a really good fourth quarter, which does worry me because Castle's injury happened in that quarter. But that is enough of my takeaway. Here are some awards before we wrap up. First and foremost, Keldon Johnson gets my dog shit award. Aaron Fox gets the bounce back award. I'll give my game MVP to Cat, and the keep going award is going to go to Mikal Bridges because I think the Knicks are going to need him to play like that if they want to successfully sweep or just win this finals in general. But that is everything I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. If this is your first time watching, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video.